Plaintiff Lori Jordan says she and the defendant were roommates. And despite the fact that he's married, he and Lori had sex 3 times. Lori's suing him today for the value of a trailer, rent, and utilities. Defendant George Baxter admits that he and Lori were very close friends, but insists they were never intimate. George claims Lori often drank and smoked marijuana, and he insists he only owes Lori for the rent.
Start with you.
Well, first of all, Your Honor, I want to tell you I love your show.
Thank you.
I watch it all the time.
Thanks.
And I appreciate your sense of humor, but I know I don't want to make you mad. And I'm going to make George mad right now because I'm going to start off admitting right away that we slept together even though he's married. But I'm not a homewrecker.
Is he still at home? If he's still at home, you're not a home wrecker. Right? That's they're fighting because of you.
Oh.
I threw you off there, didn't I? Give me some background on your meeting him and the type of friendship or relationship you guys had.
Okay.
When did you meet him?
In 2011, some friends came over, brought him over for a Packer party, and met him, and he needed a place to stay, and I had an extra room. I hadn't had a roommate there for 5 years previous to that, and because I had a tenant assault me in my own home, and so when he wanted a place to stay, I explained to him what had happened to me, and he guaranteed my home would be a sanctuary, and really, even though he wasn't any good in bed, he was a good roommate. I'm sorry. I mean, it only happened 3 times, and that was over. But he was a good roommate.
3 strikes, you're out.
Go with the 3 strikes rule, huh? He was a good
to
roommate.
my cat. He was good to my cat. Everything I cooked, he said, was scrumptious. And the best part about it was I worked 3rd shift, he worked 2nd shift, and he went up every weekend to visit his mom. So it was like the best kind of roommate. He was never around.
So the agreement on rent was how much?
The agreement on rent was $70 a week and half of the utilities.
Okay. And did he pay regularly?
He had gotten behind twice before, but he had caught up.
All right. Let me allow him to give some background. Lover, man.
Well, I'm certainly flattered, but that didn't happen. We met through, like she said, we met through an acquaintance. I needed a place to stay. Stayed there. What I didn't realize, she smoked pot quite frequently and was drunk every night. And part of that might be a reflection of a fantasy, perhaps, of being with me. I don't understand where she's coming with that.
You all were never together intimately?
Not intimately. Of course, we're very close as friends.
I said intimately.
Not intimately, no, sir.
Okay. Not even those 3 times that she talked about?
No, not even once. But it's interesting. No. See, where was I?
Oh, you smoke pot too.
I'm smoking pot too right now.
Oh, you're talking about her over there. You're getting caught in the middle of your thoughts.
And for right now, she's unemployed. And I think part of that is because she probably couldn't get a job if she had to get drug tested.
Ma'am, tell me about the trailer and the rent and utilities.
In April, he was already 3 weeks behind at that point, but I had to go up north for a while, so I just paid it. He didn't come up with the next one.
Okay, why don't you give me all of the months he missed?
April, May, and June.
There you go. April, May, and June. So he should owe $840 in rent?
It was actually $770 because he had paid, a 20
all right,
here,
so
a 20 there.
$770. All right.
Yeah.
70. And tell me about the trailer and the utilities. Half of the utilities for all 3 months?
Yes.
Okay. You do smoke a lot of weed over there. You keep losing your train of thought. All right, and half of the utilities for 3 months would
Yes.
be how much? Do you have something there?
$245.
All right, what is that you have regarding that? Because I'm sure he's going to deny it.
This is the utility bill that goes to the end of June, and I have it highlighted because I've watched your show, and I and
What's
an
your
arrow.
evidence? All
So,
right. Tell me about the trailer.
The
Let
trailer.
me have it, please, Doyle, her evidence. What is that you have there with pictures of an injury? Is that what that is?
This is what happened to me, and that's why
Before he moved in.
and that's when he guaranteed
Okay.
my home would be a sanctuary.
You want me to see them? Now, who was this again?
He was a tenant 5 years before that, and I was.
Did you prosecute him?
Yes, I did, and he's in jail
Oh,
for
my
14
goodness.
years. But
He received how much time?
14 years.
Good.
And Your Honor, in the emergency
my
room,
God.
the officer came and told me prior to that he had beat up a cop when he was a kid, and it was a sealed record. And I thought, then why was he even out to beat up me? And when he comes out this time, what's he going to do? Beat up a little kid?
Yeah. All right, so let's get to the trailer.
Oh, okay, so in the beginning of July, I actually was going down to visit my real man in Tampa, Florida, and
So you were cheating on him
who's
before
not going to
that.
like to hear this today. 'Cause
He's not gonna like to hear it, you
Yeah,
say?
he's going to find this out when he. But anyway, when I came down, but back home, 2 days later, my girlfriend called me and said, "Hey, what happened to the trailer?" I said, "What do you mean?" And I looked outside. I have about 6 acres, and I looked outside and it was like, oh, where is the trailer? When I called him because he was there, I said, "Hey,
He was staying there when you left?
Yes.
He stayed there. Even
Yes.
though he hadn't been paying rent, he was still there.
Yes, because
All
I
right.
trusted him. He said he took it up north to work on it. And he said, you told me I could have it. And I did say that he could have it when I was done with it, but that could have been 10 years. I mean, I used it as a garage in the winter for my summer patio furniture. I used it for kids, but I certainly meant to have some compensation.
Sir, let me hear
for
from
it.
you on the trailer and the rent and utilities.
The rent, I owe that. The
Owe the
utilities
rent. There you go.
is something that I don't believe I should owe. Is like we had heat, no air conditioning or cooling whatsoever. I
How
had
long
no heat,
did you go
no heat
without
in my
air?
room. Without air and heat for the 2 years
You
that I
just
was
said
there.
you did have heat.
Yeah, in the summertime when the room was so hot, you couldn't.
All right.
When you couldn't get out of it.
What is your defense to the trailer?
That was a pure gift. Is for whatever reason, she says, "Would you like the trailer?" And I said, "Yeah." I was like figuring that was a very generous gift until I looked at the trailer.
Did she say in the future?
Yeah, she said, "If you'll just wait till after we have a birthday party." She was having a birthday party or some
Did
kind
the
of for her
birthday
nieces and
party
nephews.
occur before you took it?
Yes.
Did you tell her, okay, about to take it?
No, I did not.
Waited
because,
until she left town?
because she had given it to me.
She had already given it to you?
Yes.
That's your defense?
Yes, sir.
And it just happened to be when she left town?
Yes, sir.
Coincidence, no doubt.
Coincidentally, yes.
Okay, good enough. And when she asked you about taking it, what did you tell her?
I told her that I had taken it,
Mm-hmm.
and she said, "Why?" And I said, "Because you gave it to me." You know, if she would just said, I need it back.
Well, she's saying it now.
Right. And my thing
Well, what's
is...
the problem? You said if she had just said, I need it back, that means you would have given
Right.
it back, right?
And I told her...
Well, she's saying it now.
I said, since you offered me, you gave that to me, and that cost me $80 or so to get it home. And I said, just take it off of what I owe you, and I'll bring it back the other half. And
Okay,
she said
$80,
no.
you'll bring it back?
Yeah, or 160, 80 to take it.
160, you'll bring it back?
I would.
All right. And do you accept that $160 offer, or this is all hogwash, as it sounds to me?
Absolutely not.
All right, ma'am. You know I don't believe that. I believe what you say, and that is that you told him that at some point you would give him the trailer after you were done with it. Clearly, you weren't done with it. He took it by coincidence when you went on vacation. That is the time he chose to get his gift. Therefore, I'm going to grant you your judgment. He admits to owing also for the rent. His only dispute is the utilities, and I don't believe his defense regarding the utilities that he shouldn't have to pay because the gas only ran in the summer. Judgment for the plaintiff. Have a good day, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor. A pleasure meeting you, Your Honor.
You too.
It's Wisconsin, George. Really? You think we didn't have heat in the winter? You ran your electric heater in the room, and you knew what had happened to me.
Well, I didn't bring you on Judge Mathis, though.
I didn't believe that you intended to scare me like that, and I don't believe you did. But you didn't think. And I don't think I can have another tenant now. Because I am afraid. You shattered my security. It took me years to get over that. And I told you beforehand, and you guaranteed me that you wouldn't so much as slam a door. And then I come up there and it's stolen. And I was so scared. And then it's replaced by that much anger. I am livid with you.
Right, and I'm livid at you for making up this bull.
Yeah, okay, that's what you can tell your wife. I didn't even know you were married for
guess
months
what?
because you had other ladies there. So I didn't know you were married. We're married for months.
No.